Okay, yeah, so the call is being recorded, right? And we can proceed. But before we proceed, so Yanolua, can you oh, Jesus, sorry for that, please. Can you you know, the experience so far and how is your learning process going? I'm sure that you are also doing practicals on what you are learning. How has it been going? Just unmute yourself and speak. Thank you.
Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. All right. Yeah. So far, I've
Can you
learned a lot about data analysis, and also apart from this, also I'm
hear
also. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear
Yes, I
me.
can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I said the experience has been cool so far, and then I've also been taking
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right. Yeah, I said the experience has been cool so far, and I've also been doing my own personal assignments. I've been watching YouTube videos to keep up with the class because this is the first time I would be involved with data analysis. It's something I'd always wanted to start with, especially Web3, because I've been a Web3 content creator and I wanted to get a bit deeper in the space. And I feel data analysis would be a part where I would be able to contribute to the blockchain ecosystem. So apart from this class, I'm also watching some YouTube videos, getting familiar with Excels, and yeah, I'm also looking into Power BI. So yeah, um, so far it's been great, and I'm looking forward to learn more this evening. And that's all from me.
Really cool. That's cool. Okay, so sorry about that was going on. I said was it right there. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I didn't know it was recorded and I can have access. Yeah, I can hear you. I said I didn't know the classes were recorded and I can still have
Oh
access to
yes,
them.
there is. Okay, are
Oh,
you on the
okay.
WhatsApp channel?
Um,
Are
yes,
you
I'm
there
there.
on the
I'm there.
WhatsApp group?
Yes, I am.
What's your name? What's your WhatsApp name? Your display name rather.
Okay. Yeah, I'm using Yanulua slash the HEE, the way I wrote my nick.
Don't worry, I'll find it. Okay, so I'm going to tag
Yeah,
you to. There's a video of how you can access the recording. Shay, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, or you can DM me after this. My name is Kelsey, right? So there's a video on how to
Oh,
access
okay.
the recorded classes, like yeah,
All
the
right.
step by step guide.
I'll
So you
message you
just
now on
go through
WhatsApp.
there. Yeah, yeah, no, I know. Okay, so yeah, that aside, okay, I'm actually happy to hear that. And you can always reach out to us if you want to get access to the people that have already taught. We can give you their ex handle, you know, and talk to them and all of that. And so today, right? So thank you so much for your feedback. It really means a lot. And we're rooting for you. Thank you for coming on this call. We don't take it for granted. Okay, I've seen your text. Okay. So thank you for coming on the call. Thank you for okay, yeah, he's ready. Thank you for sticking. Like I think I've seen you twice or once, like when I'm hosting on something like that. Okay, let's start. Yeah, so like I really, really appreciate.
Uh,
I don't take it for granted at all. So yes, so tonight we are going to be talking about data visualization and reporting, right? And the first this class has quite been sequential. We started from the basics, right? And since this is a boot camp, it means that it's 50-50. The tutors have 50% role in helping you to understand what the concept of the course is about. And you have 50%, in fact, I feel like you don't have more because the time can be limited. But what you should do is always to go back and research and study more about it so that at the end of the bootcamp you're already like equipped even more than what you were taught in class. That's how we see in university now. if you really want to be like an A-lister in class and all of that. So last week we 2 weeks ago rather, we spoke about data analysis and tools, introduction to SQL, Python, and R. And today we'll be talking about data visualization and reporting that happens in a Web3 space, right? So you involve the principles of effective data visualization, and like we said in the post, you have to get your MX Excel ready, right? So we'll try as much as possible to be practical. And it's no other person than Mr. Toby. Mr. Toby, thank you so much for coming on this call. Like, thank you for accepting to speak. Thank you for thank you for sparing your time to show up. Like, I've asked you numerous questions and you've always been answering. Personally, I want to say thank you, and on behalf of the community, the team, thank you so much. So his name is Toby. He's a data analyst with over 4 years of experience in the analysis space. Well, he loves to help people transition into the data analysis role, and also aids businesses to get more from their data. Data is also like is part of the blood of a business as much as sales is. So he has worked on 30 plus projects for individuals, startups, and businesses, and he has also helped many others become a data analyst, which means Okunade, he can also help you to become a good stellar data analyst through his various training programs at Corep Analytics, which is a data focused training and consulting firm. So he's looking forward to creating global impacts by helping one person at a time, leveraging data. And this time around, we're looking at Web3 data analysis. So, Mr. Toby, thank you so much. The floor is yours, and you can start. Thank you. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Toby, are you here? Okay. Sorry, let me get him. I don't know, but he's here. I don't know if it's my network or something. Oh shit. Okay. So he's going to start in a jiffy, right? Let me record. Okay. Daniel, for welcome. I'm trying to. I think his network is brogging, right? Please just hold on, right? Just hold on a bit. Don't leave the call. Daniel Okunade and the rest, please don't leave the call. Let's get Mr. Toby back on the call. I just hope network is not. I'll be back, please. Thank you. Okay. Hello, Mr. Toby. Dara Basi, please can you mute yourself? Thank you. Mr. Toby, I can't hear you. Okay, I don't know if it's my network. Okunade, can you hear Mr. Toby?
I can't see any. Hello? I can't see any.
Okay, okay, just hold on. Please. Let's see how we can fix this, please. Oh my God. Please confirm if you can see this on your end, please. Thank you. Okay. Okay, while our speaker is getting started, oh, okay, thank God. Well, let's not keep mute. I see two people joined. Who are there? Oh, did they run away? Okay. Okay. Hi, Dara. How are you? Just unmute yourself and speak, please. Hi, Dara. How are you?
I'm all good.
Hello.
Hello, good evening. I'm all good.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. So, uh, okay, ma. Is this your first time joining the class or joining a data analysis class?
This is my first time joining a data analysis class and the class as well.
Yes. Sorry, what's your response? I didn't get your response.
It's my first time joining a data analysis class.
All right. Okay. Okay. No problem. All right. We hope you get to make the best of it and enjoy it. All right. So just stay put, please. It's actually a technical issue that's we're trying to fix. Please, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I will.
Okay. Sorry, let me know now if you can hear me now.
Yes, I can hear you, but you're echoing times two.
They don't want us to have this class, but by fire, by force, Web3
Do
analysis.
you get?
So, like I just said, okay, let me use my other device for the audio so that I will just show you my screen with my laptop since I was trying to have some issues over there. Hi, nice meeting everyone. I don't know people's names here, but let's just see as the time goes. We'll see how we'll be able to know more and more of it. So, like I feel everybody can hear me. I can see Okun Ade Iyanoluwa. Thank you for being here. Dara Abasi. Abasi. That is going to be from Akwa Ibom now. Thank you. Emedium Caleb. Okay. Thank you, Victoria. Sorry, like I think that's our AI or something. Is someone's name right? Okay, I can see 8 people on the call
Yeah,
now.
like
If I'm
one sort of
just
yeah. I noticed it, yes.
okay, yeah, Victoria's Phantom. So that's fine. Thank you everybody for being here. Sorry about the break in transmission. I will not take much of your time this night, but we are going to finish our mission. Okay, so I want to say a special thank you to Valor Global. I can see this is a career accelerator program. Like they actually sent me the course outline, and I'm saying, there's nobody that will pass through this boot camp and remain the same. Like skill set wise, I'm serious. So I want to say a really good, a big shout out to Valor Global because it's not every time you see people that want to actually empower people in trying to gain like skill sets and say, yes, these days everybody is talking tech, but not everybody that is actually doing that tech. Okay, so don't worry, I will not shout this night. So let us just flow like that. Is it analysis now? It's not chat and graph you want to see. That's what was going to happen. So that's it. So let me just do a brief intro of myself. So we're going to be speaking about data visualization and reporting. Just because of our time, we might not really go into the deep. We'll just stay on the surface introduction. Like I attended one class like that. It was one smart contract class, and like I just discovered that many people started opting out. The first day we came, the kind of codes they brought for people, everybody were like, hey, all the inspire to perspire to Maguire, he left everybody's body. So let's build step by step so that we have a foundation. So when I checked your course outline, I've seen you have covered a lot, and I saw a point whereby you guys touch SQL, but I know SQL that it's not possible for in 2 days or 3 days to be able to maneuver that. So I was not trying to say, okay, if you want to use Power BI, we'll have to download the Power BI software. Okay, sorry, let me know if I'm audible. Sorry, so that I will not come and be speaking to myself. Let me know if I'm audible. Yeah, anybody can just answer, or you can also give me a thumbs up on the chat.
Yeah, I can
It's
hear
going to be
you.
an interactive call. Okay, thank you, Emidion. Who else again can hear me? So that like, it's not only like Emidion that will become
I
a
can
data
hear you.
analyst after this class. Okay, fine. Thank you so much. So let me go to the introduction about me. Very short. I'm passionate about building great products and helping individuals and businesses. I've had 4 years of experience in data analysis space. I've worked on projects for startups and various brands. I started my journey quite a while back. I didn't really actually know everything about data analysis, just as you guys are also in this class. I went for a physical training like this. After the 6 months training, we came out, we cannot even make one dashboard. I'm serious. It was not still clear. It's so we still went like that kind of stuff now. We're still learning some things. But before my training, I was still doing some things in the financial analysis part of things, technical fundamentals, trying to reach out patterns in the forex space and everything like that. So when I came on to the majorly on trying to use the software tools to see more of data, it took me a while to begin to understand, and that's what motivated me to okay, if I actually struggled on this, I can be able to help other people that will be struggling to come into this skill set. Let me not start with heavy data analysis industry, but I always say this: the data analysis industry is the brain box of every organization. Okay, so that's why, and there are lots of buzzwords right now for like data analysis. You hear business intelligence specialists, several other things like that. Sorry, give me 1 minute. Sorry.
Okay, please, the attendance is on the call, the chat, this thing, so you could actually feel it. Okunade and the rest of the attendees. Thank you.
Okay, as I was saying now, so in the data analysis space, there are lots of buzzwords, as in every tech space. You hear business intelligence analyst, business specialist, business, and different things like that. But the major ones you're going to know about is who is a data science, who is a data analyst, who is a data engineer, and those other four major sectors we actually have. But beyond that, I'll still speak more on that, but not for this class actually. This class is just going to be for how we can be able to visualize. Okay, so I think that's all about. Okay, so I used to train people and also help businesses and brands in their data related matters, as I said before. So let me just go to the next slide because of our time. Don't worry, I'm not going to keep you too much. Understanding the new data landscape. Yes, I'm sure like many of us just thought we'd just jump into Excel and start drawing bar chart and pie chart. We'll now do a screenshot of dashboard, go to X and tag everybody. You're now a data analyst. So let's just start with the foundation. Because of as I always say in most of my classes, is that data analysis is not actually Excel. There are lots of platforms in which we can use for analysis. Some businesses like used to even build their own in-house software and tools. Okay, so the first analysis is just you. What is the meaning of analyzing and the rest? Is just you thinking before you leave your house. You look at the cloud, you take the cloud's data. Okay, the cloud, there's too much wind, the cloud is dark. Then now check the distance of where you're going to. Okay, based on this analysis, I'll be going out with an umbrella. You understand? What you have just done is data analysis. You didn't use any software now, Abby. So that's the same thing. But now with the rise of tech, we have lots of information coming from various sources, various places. So what we see when somebody asks you you're trying to learn data analysis is that okay, you're trying to learn how to use softwares to be able to like what analyze data simply and the not to use the buzzword of like M analysis, just to break down information into simpler form, breaking down of information into simpler form. So just like imagine in your room now, just like imagine you have a room and everything is scattered, is just there. What we call like analysis is you just trying to okay, let us push the chairs to one side. Let's know how many chairs we have. Let us push the books to one side to know how many books we have. So things like that. So that's what we actually call data analysis, just trying to sort things into place. This is a basic definition. If you entered Oxford or this thing definition, don't worry. You see, it's defined as the process of cleaning, transfer. Is first of all, you have to get the understanding first. And that's why I'm breaking like, everything we're going to be doing in this class is beginners. Why? Because of most of the times, I actually teach those people that at least start from the scratch. And right now, I haven't got a text like I've been getting texts for jobs and several gigs and everything online, just for we just sitting down on. So I have a physical training space, and also have like this online classes for those people that are not really in Akwa Ibom. So like I'm actually based in Uyo, Akwa Ibom. Some people say, "Well, somebody from Lagos." Don't worry, it's a nice story. I will not say it's a long one, sha. So where we hub like actually whereby we do our startup tech and everything like that, but we also do things online and the rest. Okay, watch what I'm saying. This class is going to be two in one in the sense that I'm going to be breaking this thing down to us in basic forms and relating it with how we relate with us. And also, we'll now be talking about the Web3 space and how we can be able to visualize. We might not really go in depth in the visualization, but I'll just give an introduction of the surface based on our terming. Okay, so let me now bring this to point now. The world of data analytics is undergoing a transformation. Okay, so with various Web3 technologies that we have so far. Okay, so while we have traditional data analysis with centralized database and clear ownership, Web3 now introduces a new paradigm, okay, which would like when I say what data lives on public blockchains. This is what I'm saying now. Your bank account now, I cannot know how much is inside, sha. Okay, so that is like is private to you. But now, if somebody buys a coin on an Ethereum, like I checked your course outline, you have really done okay. What is blockchain, Web3 space, immutability, transparency? Okay, those are like the various forms of like Web3 data. But I'm just trying to break everything down to us. So when you hear things like a database, it's just like your notebook now. Imagine you put the records of everybody that is owing you money and everybody you have paid. That actually is like a database, but it's just what on your hand, right? So now this is what we like I'm trying to say now. A database now is just where we store information digitally. You cannot hold 10 books in your hands and say like a database. Okay, I remember one client I actually worked for. Watch like work both in the Web2 space and the Web3 space. Okay, so like in Web2 space, you see those businesses that are running their sales in books and everything. So they'll not go to bank and everything. Bank will now say, okay, they need to be like digitalized and the rest. So they start to look for people that can be able to help them onboard their data and help them to just make everything make sense and the rest. So you see them bringing books and several. Thank God for Chat GTP that will help us to scan all those things and structure everything into place. Okay. So what is the main thing? What we need is insight. At the end of all your Excel and everything, if you don't bring out something we can understand, you have never done anything. At the end of your charts, your bar charts, pie chart, at the end of all those things, if you don't really bring out something, okay, that we can actually use, you have not really done analysis. You have just confused us the most. Why? Because of many managers, as I say this our class is going to be more of um the real thing. When I say the real thing, I mean like practical um applications. And yeah, we have YouTube and everything. You can just make a chat in 1 minute, bye bye. You're now a data analytics certificate. Have you now? So, but now this is going to be a kind of a real life because of we live every day. This is what we have been doing for a long while. And once we're trying to deal with beginners, we actually try to start with the basic score. Okay, one block at a time, one block at a time. We don't just jump into it. Okay, so let me go to my next slide now. Don't worry. I'll keep to time. By like 9:15, we're going to be by 9, after 9 and there is 9:15, 9:30, we'll just quickly round up since this is just going to be our first class. So before I come here, let me check something I wanted to show you. Okay, I think I've passed it. Okay, yeah, this is what I'm looking for. Why? What makes what Web3 data different? Okay, what makes Web3 data different? Traditionally, as I said here, data analysis is what involves working with private databases. Okay, this is in the Web2 space. All companies have their record, but it's stored based on the company. So that's why I said here that they are stored in central servers, they are accessed through permission-based systems, and they are updated and maintained by a single organization. Okay, so now in contrast, in the Web3 space, data is stored on public blockchain. Just like imagine now, somebody sends you money in your bank account and everybody can see it. All your family members know say you don't receive 100K alert. You know, that kind of so that's how it is in the Web3 space. So data are stored in the public, is accessible to anyone, is immutable and transparent. The word immutable means it cannot be changed. And we can now see that what is updated through a consensus mechanism. So I put an example there that when analyzing user behavior on Amazon, you need what special access to the private database. But when analyzing on trading platforms, you don't really need that. It's publicly what's available. Okay, so that's what I'm just trying to say. Just know this: Web2 data can be private. Some companies used to post their stuff on the stock exchange and the rest, but most of them are centralized and private. And they are being accessed through permission-based system. Okay, so why data visualization? Okay, so we're building the momentum, so it's time for us to start flying now. So data visualization, as I said, there is a practice of what translating information into visual context. Most of us understand more from pictures, right? Like we understand more from pictures to like there are sometimes some people like listening to music, some like reading books, but there's no like if you see somebody, you might not even know his name. Like, don't even need to draw how he looks like. The next time you see the person, come why like they say, the picture says 1,000 words. Okay, so now data visualization is the practice of translating information to context. So what we are doing, we are translating Web3 information. Leave big terms, please. I don't want to make you, once you go and wake you up at night to just explain what we did in class today, the way I'm breaking it down, you'll be able to explain it. Okay, there's some context like I went for, okay, there's like a event and the rest. So they're trying to do giveaway and the rest of like $10, $20, $30. You're just asking simple question, what is blockchain? Some people in their years of airdrop farming and everything like that, they've never made that amount yet. So you that you're in this class, you like might feel okay, how I wish I had started learning analysis last 3 years, last 2 years. If you're here in this class, that means this is your best time. There are a lot of people that are going to come next 2 years and they say, what is Web3? So most of us will feel, oh, I would have started this thing by now. I'm not making this money by now. Not just know that this is actually the best time to actually start. The data, the time, light, and everything you're using right now, as time begins to go on, as momentum begins to build, is going to be able to what bring forth. Okay, so let me just throw that shift. So that's how our class is going to be. I'll be dropping some nuggets up and down. Okay, so data visualization is the practice of what translating information into what visual graphic. Let me see those people that will write it for me in the comment section. I like interactive classes so that I'll know that you're following. Sorry for those people that are on the go people. So those people that can like reply, okay, just give me thumbs up if you heard what I'm saying. Let me not stress you people this night. Data visualization is the practice of translating Everybody's giving me thumbs up now. On the go. Yeah, that's fine. So thank you for following. I saw two people giving me thumbs up. Data visualization is the practice of translating information into a visual context, such as a map or a graph. Watch, the goal of changing this into a map of graph is not to confuse humans, is to what? Make data easier for the human brain to understand. Somebody like, when you're doing training, you see different types of characters and lots of people like that. Somebody sending me a dashboard. He said they did it all night, sir. When I opened it, I could not understand where will my eyes start from. He thought that putting 100 charts in one small place means he's professional. Like, so what? After we did some breakdown, we said, okay, the dashboard, like, I must speak about it. The dashboard is supposed to contain the key elements. Key elements. Okay, so let's come back to the text. Data visualization is the practice of translating information into visuals, such as map or graph, to make data easier for us to understand. The main goal of data visualization is to make it easier to identify patterns, trends, and what outliers. This blockchain is doing better than this blockchain. How do you know? We went to check the data. We saw that what this blockchain has been improving their features, and they're like marketing and like running sales and the rest. So they're having more people being onboarded. But in terms of infrastructure, is in this blockchain. How do we know? Okay, how can we make it better for some people to understand? Instead of me writing those long story, I'll just put one bar chart. This blockchain, then now put another small bar chart. Once you see it, you know that what this person has more users than what this person. Simple. So that's the whole thing about data visualization. That term visualization, I hope it's not too big. Now that word like data man is information, writings, letters. You can find it. Some will say they're raw facts. Let's keep it information, changing them to pictures. My own goal is that you're understanding what I'm saying. So that's very simple. But the main goal is for people to understand. Thank you. I think I've done justice to that. Now the data analysis process. Hope you're taking notes, yeah. Don't worry with this my slide. Very, very short slide, just 4 5 slides. The rest, once talk finish, you enter practical, and that's how we're going to be flying. So at the end of this course, we're supposed to work on two major projects that can be able to help you up in your Web3 analysis. There are a lot of platforms we use for Web3 analysis. Like you check your course outline, you see Power BI, Matplotlib, Tableau. There are lots of them but specifically for the Web3 space, we have other platforms that they run on chain analysis. So should I do the difference between off chain and on chain? Like I think maybe in the next class, I'm saying next class now. Hopefully, if we'll meet again, I'm sure we're going to do that. I'm going to still see how we can do. So what we are doing is that we're trying to analyze data that is on chain. Okay, so that's why I've noticed most times we say we are on chain analysis. So like we're analyzing the data on blockchains and several things like that. So why I'm trying to say this is to say this. There's a process. Just like now, the example that I always use is cooking. Okay, we have whereby we need a goal. You like don't go to the market and just start buying everything. They now reach home like don't know what and what to combine. Right. The first thing is that okay, I'm seeing some since I can see okay, I'm seeing Ogumana. So let me use a Yoruba food like this. I'm not in the West, so I will not remember again. But let me just use okay. Let's use let me not do food where I know sabi cook. Let's say rice. Everybody knows about rice. Okay, so for rice now, imagine you want to make rice. You know when you're going to the market, your eyes will be seeing rice. If you don't know what you want, you go there, you see spaghetti, you see noodles, you will see soup, afang, you see different things like that. So the first thing you want to do, if you check in the slide, the first thing is the objective. You just like you just wake up and you just start to drive and you're going, where are you going to? I'm just driving. The first thing, okay, I want to get to the airport. So your goal is the airport. The first thing, like, what is not just to carry blockchain data and everything. What is the main goal? Once your phone ring a master data analyst now, you don't ask, okay, what do you want to do? Okay, what is the problem? So what I'm trying to say this is that the objective is the first step for the data analysis process. It's not even the software now. Watch, I've never even spoken about Excel, Power BI, or various platforms. And I remember like somebody met me and said, "Oh, sir, I want to learn data analysis. I've downloaded 20 softwares." I was like, it's like you want to this is software you want to be selling, not data analysis. There are lots of softwares that can be used for what data analysis. Okay, so that's why many of them will say, don't learn this, don't learn. I'll say, calm down. Let's use one of the most simplest and basic software. Why we're trying to use Excel is because I was trying to say, okay, if you want to download Power BI, it's going to be around 800 MB. It's going to take us time to everything like that, the training and everything. I'll not say, okay, if you want to now use MSK, and I asked about your SQL class, then okay, they said it was just introductory. You didn't really go deep because of now. If you want to use some doing analytics now, we have to start to write some MSQL codes and some stuff like that. Then I will check, okay, let's use Tableau and see what is going to happen. Then I said, wait, there's a software that everybody has on their laptop. They have been using to be counting bonds and everything like that. Everybody has Excel. So this is what we are going to do. We are going to find a data related to Web3 and bring it to Excel to analyze. Simple. That's to make sure that nobody will say, sir, and the link, data, different things that can be coming, just to make it very basic and beginner friendly. So there are a lot of platforms I use based on the projects. Those people that pay you, you can use bigger platforms. Those people that just want to quick work. So based on, there are several parameters. So there are some platforms that are good for some things, and there are some platforms that are better for some things. So since I'll just have like 2 days with you people on data visualization, I said, okay, let me show you a way whereby you can still use Excel and get data to work on that. Okay. So the first thing, as I said, under the data analysis process is what? Defining your objective. What do you want to do? After that, we have what is called data cleaning and transformation. So when you come back from the market now, okay, you have to wash your rice. You don't just use it like that. So and like you buy ingredients, you have to cut it. What are you doing? Like, you're not going to put the pepper whole like that. You're transforming it. So when you get this data from like a data source, now we have various like database and sources, but the one we want to be using. So now, like we just go and download a file. Very simple. My goal is to make everything very simple. We just go and download the file in the Web3 space. Okay, and we're now going to use Excel to flow through that file. So now, in the like in data cleaning part, I know, okay, it's not everything on this sheet I need. What is the meaning of data cleaning? It's just, okay, remove this column, remove this column. If there's comma here and full stop here, if the comma and full stop is not supposed to be here, we're going to be removing it. Okay, so that data cleaning is just removing unwanted rows and columns. Simple. There are no big words, very simple and basic. Then, like the next step is now the transformation process. So back to the story or the like an example I'm trying to make. So like you take the pepper and you cut it smaller. So we take that big massive data and we try to see how we can break it down into smaller parts, into smaller parts, into smaller parts. Then once we are done, we'll now visualize it. So like I've been able to like cook everything here, like run the stuff now. So you now have to now visualize it. Okay, so once you're done with the data visualization now, you now have to now present your insight. So at the end of my going to the market, my cutting, spending 3 hours in the kitchen, like everywhere, you want to burn everywhere, like because you want to do rice or something like that. At the end, this is the result. Your sales or this exchange or that based on the objective. Okay, so that's the simple of the data analysis process. So whether you're using Excel, Power BI, Tableau, any tool, this is the same process. You must have direction. Like no matter the kind of car you want to drive, Benz, Toyota, you must have direction to where you're going to. So in summary, that's the whole process of data visualization. So let me know if you have any questions to this point. And before I will share my screen to Microsoft Excel right now, or like if you really understand what I've said so far, let me have feedback from you. I've just summarized data visualization to you people right now. So let me have a feedback if you understand what I've been speaking about. I like feedback. It helps me to make sure you like when you see something, then do not go and say, "Sir, he said it's not going to be separate from what he have said." Okay, so I've never heard feedback from you people. Okay, I think you like the same. Give me thumbs up if you understand. I think like that one is more easier. Give me thumbs up if you understand. I can see. Um, okay, okay. Dara Basi says she understand. So now you're now a data visualization specialist already now. Who else understands? Okay, Benjamin says he does not really get the last process, the insight part. Thank you, Benjamin. Benjamin says, okay, I've said that. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. From here, right, this is where you know what you want to cook. This is where you're putting in the pot, increasing the heat, reducing the heat, removing the unwanted plants and everything like that. So the visualization is now when you're trying to arrange it on the plate. Just imagine you cook something, but the way you arrange is scattered, everything is still scattered. But in visualization, you're making that okay, it's well presentable. The insight now is when the person has eaten it and say, okay, oh, too much salt. Next time, this kind of stuff, ingredients, vitamins. So it's going to be the end of this. So, like you said, you wanted to go to the airport, you pass through roundabout and everything. So this way you ended. So in the Web3 space now, we want to know why we're losing customers in this project. They will not at the end, okay, because of we stopped giving incentives. This graph and this graph is showing that what we are not giving incentives, or we can say, okay, and because of a regulation in this country, they banned this amount of stuff, okay, or because of we had a bug on our software, each time they're trying to click this function is not working. So like we don't know that, like just like you go to the hospital and the doctor run you some tests. At the end of the test, it's going to give you your result. Report and insight is your result. I think that's going to work for now, right? Thank you. So let me share my screen. Okay, before that, let me go to. Okay, okay. I think I have to stop sharing this screen first. Okay, let me stop sharing this one. So let me share my another screen. So this is the data set we're going to work in. So like I said, we're not to spend so much time on this call. Sorry. Okay, so we have various sites whereby you can get data. Normally, what you're supposed to do is to write queries to extract data and everything like that. But it's not really advanced like that. But for this our class, I want to make sure that nobody has any excuse that I didn't have this software. I didn't understand programming. Like I knew when I was a child, I don't like mathematics. Don't worry. This is very, very simple and basic. Okay, so we have a site called cargo.com. If you go on your laptops now, you type cargo, just go on your laptop on Google, type cargo.com. It's a website that has various data sets. Should I show that again? I think, okay. Just search cargo.com. You just see it there. So if you go to cargo.com, and I can also drop the link to this particular like data set so that it's going to make it easier for you to see. So when you get to cargo.com, you now see where we have crypto data. Then before we download the data, I have to go and read about it first. So what is data set about? Is okay, it's a cryptocurrency web scraping data. So now why we're trying to use cargo.com is this. Instead of us trying to go into the database of projects to get their data, many people have already gone there, scraped the data, and they have brought it out. Okay, like you just go on Facebook now and just download the picture that somebody posted. So that person has gone to studio, has done several things. Sorry, does somebody want to speak? Okay, so and that person has gone to the studio to snap pictures and everything, but he just uploaded it on Facebook. So that's the same thing we do in cargo.com. Most of my classes we get our data from cargo.com. Why? There are lots of like data sets there and they're all free. Okay, so like you don't really have to pay to access. Like all the tools we are going to be using are free tools. Like it's when you start to make money, you start to pay like for all those like advanced tools and softwares. Okay. So now, before I download the data set, just like I said, what is the first step objective? I want to know about the data set. So they said, let me try and increase my screen. Is it Control Plus? Before I go and press something that okay. I see I know. Okay, that's fine. I need to do it too much. Let me reduce it again. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So what is it saying here? Cryptocurrency web scraping involves extracting data related to digital currencies from online sources such as cryptocurrency exchanges, news websites, forums, and social media platforms. Okay, so now what they did is that they went to all these platforms to get this data. So now this is the data set we're going to be using. So I came over here. So I search for cargo.com. When you search for cargo.com, you will now see various data sets. Okay, you come to where you have data sets here. When you see like the data sets here, you search for the one that is called crypto data and you come here and you click download. So if it's your first time using the platform and you click download, they will ask you to sign in. So once you sign in, it's going to be in your download button. Okay, so like I've been able to read this, but like because of the timing, I'm watching timing, we're not really going in depth. But before you download it, they'll show you a sample of what your data is going to look like. This is a column for the name, abbreviation, crypto URL, the price, the volumes in 24 hours, the market cap, the circulating supply, and the max supply. Okay, so these are what each of them means. So this is a representation. This is just like the key name. So this column that we have name, right? That they're just trying to tell you that is the name of the cryptocurrencies. The column named abbreviation is the abbreviation or symbol representing the cryptocurrency. The market cap is the market capitalization, and so everything is right here. So you just come here and you will click download, and once you click download, it's going to save on your downloads in your on your laptop. So the next step is now this. So now I'm just trying to brush through so that we'll be able to follow. Okay. So let me share my Excel screen. So now I've opened my Microsoft Excel. Don't worry about trying to catch up with me. I'm not rushing. I just want to show you the workflow. Then we can be taking it step by step as time goes on. But that one, just go to Google, search for cargo.com. Once you see cargo.com, search for crypto data. You just see like the one that I just downloaded and you download it. Very simple, right? So let me share my Excel. Okay, so you can see my Excel sheet. So about Microsoft Excel, we know Microsoft Excel is a spreadsheet package, right? So we want to now see how we can now import that MR data you open using Microsoft Excel. So like you notice, most of the data we download from cargo.com is like we call them CSV files. Most of the data like we do on Microsoft.com, sorry, from most of the files we download from cargo.com. It comes as a CSV file. I will explain more about that, what a CSV file is. Okay, so it's just in short, it's known as a comma separated value. That's what CSV means. Okay, so but like I still am open it using Microsoft Excel, so that will not be a problem. Let me know if you're following. So once you download the file, you open it in Microsoft Excel. Okay, let me share the screen of the file I just opened. Sorry. Don't worry about this. Okay, just like follow me. That's the first step, so that you just see everything I'm doing. Like I have the steps written down, and we can work with that. Okay, so you might not be able to see my screen that much. Okay, so this is the file we downloaded. Like notice, see what we have here. Everything, just large data, names, abbreviation. I'm seeing Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, Solana. This is the goal of like data analysis. You take something like this and you're able to transform it into something better. Okay, so that's what we are doing. So now that we have this right now, like notice now, I don't really know what any of this means. So should I okay, if we have used Excel before, which I know about, and most of us know about like Excel is made of columns. These are called columns. These are called columns and these are called rows. I will not say like we have like different types of like database. We have a relational like database and we have a non-relational like database. A relational like database are stored in rows and columns. This is like an example. We have them in rows and columns. Okay, so now each of these columns have a letter, but the rows have numbers. Okay, I will not really go into deep, so because this is more about visualization. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is that, so sometimes like might see something like a hashtag like this because of their still space. So once you enlarge the space, you're going to see what they have inside. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to turn this to a table. To turn this to a table, I will highlight everything. Control T, press enter, and you can see I've turned them to a table. So I can know, okay, this is the names of the columns and this is the data. Okay, sorry, give me 1 minute. So we have the rows and we have columns. Okay, let me know if you can see me. Yeah, let me know if you can see the screen. So give me a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Okay, Darabas, you can see it. Who else again? Benjamin, thank you, Benjamin. Okay, so that's fine. I can see some people are joining us. Cypher, thank you for joining us, and those people that are joined and left also too. Okunade, thank you for the reaction. Okay, that's fine. So let me go back to my Excel now. So this is what we have here. Very packed together. So what is the meaning of visualization again? If you check that slide, I say turning image to pictures. Very simple. Turning image to pictures. So what I will do is this now. I'm going to go to my okay, so this is the home button now. So now to use something we known as pivot table, I'll come to the insert sections. In the insert section, I'm going to go to where I have pivot table. So if you remember in the data analysis process I spoke about, we have first the objective, second we have data cleaning, right? And the third one is data visualization. The next one is insight generation. So this is how it's going to play. The objective is that what we want to know the coins, right, that has the highest circulating supply, max supply, total supply, and market cap. That's what we want to know. We want to know the coin that has the highest circulating supply, max supply, total supply, and price. To know that now, that's my objective. To know that, I have to clean like the data set. I know that I don't need this crypto URL link. So what will I do? I will delete it. I'll come over here. I'll say what? Come here to delete sheet column. Bam. That is data cleaning. Removing unwanted rows that you don't need. The 24 MR volume, I don't need this. I'll come here, delete sheet column. I've removed that. What the date? I don't really need the date. I'll come over here. I'll delete it. That is the simple thing of data cleaning. Remove unwanted rows and columns. Okay. So for the abbreviation, since we have the name, I don't really need the abbreviations. What do? We remove it. Simple. So the second step, since we already have, so let me get a text box. I'll go to insert now. Let me write down my objective. I'll use a text box. My first objective is to know what the name, and like let me just use name versus like the price. So let's call this, sorry, okay. Let me say the coin that has the highest price, but the coins and their prices, coin name versus price. That's my first objective. The second one I want to know is still coin name. We're going to use coin name for everything. Coin name and what? market cap, right? Then the third one is what? Coin name and what? Max supply. Then the fourth one is now coin name and what? Total supply. So these are that we have, and we have already now cleaned the data, which we did over here, right? When we actually what remove this. So what we are doing, this is what we are trying to find, leveraging what we have here. So we have Bitcoin, we have Ethereum. So this is Web3 data, right? So now we want to now change it to visuals. Like I can use any platform. That's what we call data visualization. So the first thing I want to do is this now. I will highlight my columns. Okay, like I can just drag and drop, but I'll use Control Shift. I'll just use Control Shift left and down. Okay. Okay. I can see some funny coin names here. You can see. So when we're doing data cleaning, I know all these things are not really names of coins. So like we have to actually remove from this 21, if you notice, these are not really names of coins, right? So when you're doing data cleaning, these are the things you will trying to watch out for. So since these are not really names of coins, I'm going to what delete sheet rows, and you can see those names have gone. If you now check the other ones, you can see okay, sha, in the Web3 space, that's when you see the most funny names. So it's not really all names, but those ones really look like something that is not really on it. So we have 20,000 data sets. Just imagine, like they send you a list of like you have 20,000 informations of people of now these are what 20,000 informations of various coins. What do you want to do with it? Okay, so let me go back to the top. I'll just double tap here to come back to the top. Don't worry, in Excel, there are lots of shortcuts and everything. There's a recording for this class. So after the class, you can go back and start to follow step by step, okay? Just for the sake of our time, so I'll show off the whole thing so that once you try to watch it, you'll be able to flow again with it, okay? What we want to do as we begin to round up now, I'll first highlight everything. I use Control Shift left and Control Shift down. Why? Because of I don't want to be scrolling down to 20,000, 1, 2, 3 to 20,000. So it automatically does that. I'll come to where I have insert, come to this point, we have pivot table here. So what is the meaning of pivot table? You do say what? It helps us to easily arrange our document. So I'll click OK. There's a box showing, like your own, a box is going to also show. You just click OK. So now what is our first objective? Watch, they created a new sheet for us. This was where we started. This is a new sheet automatically when we created a new table. Gold. Want to know the coin that has the highest price. Normally, to know that, I have to start to scroll down. Okay, this one's price is what? 2,334. I'll start to now come and scroll down again to find out, okay, Emadazo has 0.0. Just imagine trying to do that manually. It's not going to work out. But now I want to now know our top 10 coins now. I want to now know what our top 10 coins by price. Okay, we want to know the top 10 coins by what? By price. So this is what is going to happen. In this our new sheet here, let me know if you can hear me. Okay, okay, connected. Let me know if you can hear me, sorry. It just give me a reaction if you can hear me.
Um, I can hear you, but I think the screen is no longer showing.
Showing. Let me check that. Okay, network. Okay, no problem. So let me share my screen again. It's coming. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So like you have come with me so far now, like you know what we're trying to do now. So like we're trying to now use okay use the data we have downloaded and use MXL to now visualize it. So let me go to present now. Okay, I can think my screen is back, right? Okay, sorry about that. I can think okay, that's fine. Okay, so I'm just trying to use various ways to make sure we have this call going. Okay, so this is where we are now. Let me just give you an overview of what we have done. We spoke about data visualization. I went to a site. Let me see if I can share my whole screen. Okay, that's not good. Okay. Hmm. Let me take this out first. Okay. Entire screen. Let me just use this for now. Okay. So this is my entire screen, right? See everybody's face is times 10. So this is what we did. We went to a website called cargo.com. We downloaded a data set and we now took that data set to Excel. Okay, when we took the data set, it was very clumsy and we don't have a objective. Now we have been able to turn the data we downloaded into a table and we have removed the columns and rows we don't need, right? So now after that now, we now got our objective and now we are trying to transform the data. How do we transform data? We highlighted everything, went to insert column and we went to pivot table and it created a new sheet for us. So now what do we now do now? So this is now the continuation. So the first thing we want to know the coin that has the highest price. So I will tick on name and I'll tick on what price. But watch what happened. It's just bringing out two columns, the names of the coins and the price. I don't know which one is the highest and the lowest. So that's where the filter comes into place. We just want top 10. So I'll come here. There's a section called value filters. I'll come to what top 10. So once I click top 10 now, it's going to ask me, do I want top or bottom or how many? It must not be 10. Let me say 12. I can now change it here to 12. I'll now press, okay, this 11. I'll now press 12. I'll now press OK. So now what? So by price, these coins, Axla, Dajo, these are the highest coin per price. So now what we did, we took something as clumsy as this, and now we have been able to turn it to this. Okay, so what's the next step of trying to transformation? The next step is trying to visualize it, to turn it to a chart. So to turn this to a chart, I can just come and highlight these 2 points of what we're doing. And I'm now going to use a simple bar chart. This is where the bar chart is. I'll click a bar chart. I'll now put something like this. Okay, so if you notice, like most of them are not actually showing. It's just for the like this one that has the highest percentage. So like you notice, we didn't really clean the data set because normally we have to change the format. Let me use this as turn this to dollars. So normally you highlight this, turn them to dollars. We remove their signs. Let me see if it's going okay. So just to change the chart formats, we'll turn them to the price. Okay, so if why this person stood out because of the price, I'm seeing this is showing 1 billion, something like that. So either it's a exchange, I'll still make more research on this. Why? Because of it actually like a outlier is far. There's no coin that is like 1 billion, have you? So that's something else again. So now what I actually said. Okay, where's our call? Okay, I think over here. Okay. Now what I'm saying. Let me share my screen again. So okay, so now back to the Excel sheet again. I'm trying. How do I know that this one is like a outlier? Why? If I'm not able to break this thing down, I'll just think like, okay, all the coins are like this, but we have lots of coins here, so I can just go out here. Then now, I can actually see, okay, there's something happening for this person over here, and I can now highlight it again, or let me even set it from largest to smallest. So I'll come over here. I can sort this from largest to smallest so that the largest number is going to be at the top. You can see. So it's more organized like this. Don't worry about this particular point. I'm just trying to show you what we're going to be doing. But this is very basic. So it's something you can still follow. Okay. So when I sort this from largest to smallest, I'll come and say, okay, let me visualize this. And I'll come and come to my insert. Let me use my chart. Okay. Okay, so it's still bringing it out like that. Okay, no problem about that. So just watch this now. Like we're able to take something like this and turn into pictures. From this picture now, you know that which coin is the highest by price. A maxilla wrap. So depending on the year, watch what happened. This is not recent. Before you now go and run and enter your Binance or your this and start to buy a maxilla or something like that. This is a old like data set and the rest. Okay, so that's just the basics of trying to turn data to visuals. So our next objective is this also too. We want to know the okay. Okay, so this is our next objective now. We want to know the coin by market cap. That's why I say coin and MC. So I want to know the coin by market cap. What I'll do, the same thing I did for the last one. I will just highlight my whole table. I'll go to insert. I'll go to pivot tables. I'll press OK. And I have a new sheet. Simple. Let me close this out. I'll just put what name. I'll just tick on name. I'll just tick on what market cap. Okay, but now if you watch what happened, they put like market cap and name on the same place. So I'll just move it to the values. So on Excel, depending on the version you have, like you can have what the names and the market cap in various places. So now it's giving me as a sum, a count of market cap. It's not giving me what I want. So I'll just come to value field settings. Instead of count, I want it to be as a sum. I'll now do MOK. So if you notice, many of them in the like in Web3 space, you see that some of them don't really have market cap and the rest. Okay, so I'll just come and filter. Okay, so I'm having another meeting. Okay, I'll just come and filter here. I'll come to my value filters. I'll just say top 10. Okay, I just want top 10. I'll just click OK. Thank you. So it has just cleaned out everything that we have been disturbing. So instead of me trying to change several things like that, let me just use this directly. And I want to use the pie chart this time around. I'll just use, or let me still use the bar chart. Let me see a bar chart. Okay. I'll just turn this to a bar chart again. So from this chart, if you notice, I don't know, once I look, I don't know like which one is am at the top or at the bottom. So I want to sort this from largest to smallest. So this is the importance of sorting from largest to smallest. You first highlight the number, you come to under the home tab, you come to sort and filter, and largest to smallest, you see it over here. Once I click largest to smallest, and you can see, so from what I have, by market cap, and I can see that Piasta has the highest, followed by Orange, Bobo, by market cap. So I can still come here and now change the name as what? Coin, okay, top 10 coins by market cap. Okay, so I can now name this as coins, top 10 coins by market cap. So since this is called a legend, I don't really need the legend, but let me not go into that also. So these are called the field buttons. So you can just right click on them, hide all field buttons on the chart to remove the chart. This is the legend. I don't want the legend. I'll come here. I will uncheck where we have the legend. I'm sure most of us can use Microsoft Excel. So, but I'm just trying to see how we can. So this is Web3 data. I'm trying to use Microsoft Excel to actually break it down. Okay. So this one is called sheet one. This was the first one we did. Like, didn't really give us everything we want, but this one actually did a better job. So this is what we are doing. We're taking something as complex as I don't understand, and in lots of like this data set has 2,000 coins. I'm able to transform it to what 10. So now between this one and this one, which one is more better? Let me get your feedback on the chat. And can actually unmute your mic and the rest so that we can discuss. As we're rounding up right now, very soon. I don't take your time too much. So which one is better, the first one or the second one? We have Victoria, okay, we have Dara Bassi, Okona, Day, Benjamin. Which one is better, the first one or the second one? Which one is more understandable? I'm sure we'll all say what the second one is more understandable, right? Let me get a feedback from us. Or a reaction then. Let me get a reaction. Which one is more understandable, the first one or the second one? Okay. So okay, I think I'm still yet to get a reaction. Let me know if you can hear me actually. Okay, it's the second one. Thank you. So you can hear me. So let me share this my slide again. Okay, Benjamin, thank you. Don't mind me. I like to be able to know those people that are following so that we'll be flowing together. So let me go back to my slide. Let me share my slide screen again. So in sharing my slides, okay. Where's my slide? Okay, I've seen it here. So if you know why I'm trying to go back to my slides is that I want to tell you what I was speaking about from beginning. Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. In the beginning, we are trying to speak about what data visualization and what reporting. Okay, data visualization and reporting. And I try to break it down that what data like visualization is all about is what translating information into context such as graphs. So just trying to translate information to pictures. What is the main goal? The main goal is to be able to identify patterns from large data on you, right? So then I went to what we call the data analysis process. The first thing we did was to have our objective on Excel. Now, like I wrote 4 objectives. That's what I want to get. The next thing is data cleaning and transformation. We remove unwanted columns and rows. Now, where are we now? We're in what? Visualization, whereby we're turning them into graph. The last step is now like report and insight. Okay. So if I stop sharing this my slide, I'll come over here. Okay. Let me share this again. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, so let me share my the Excel slide so that we'll be able to see it. Is that it? Okay, that's fine. So now we are now in the visualization part of things now like this. We're trying to turn this data into visuals. So after this visualization, a simple report can be this now. Let me use a text box to make it very simple. So a simple report can be this now, okay? Or like the insight. After the analysis, what is the result? Okay, I can now say, okay, PR style is the top coin by market cap, followed by what? Let me say orange, then Bobo, and the rest. Okay, so that's how it's going to actually start from. Okay, from Piasca to Bobo, then we can now write the other chains that we actually have. Okay, so let me just do that. So something like this that we have right now is what like actually a insight from what we have gotten. So the whole explanation of this chart is that what Piasca is the top market cap. So once we are done with the other objectives, then we're going to now create something called a dashboard. So when we want to create a dashboard, we're going to come to where we have data over here. We'll come to where we have data over here. So where we have like okay, we'll come to view, sorry, you remove the grid lines. These are the lines on Excel. Okay, so we'll now come to where we have insert. Under insert now, I can now find a shape. Under the shape, I'll just take this shape here. I can just draw my dashboard from here towards this point. So these are where we having our key metrics, right? Then you can also now, okay, see, okay, let's also now get other shapes also. So watch what I'm doing. I'm just trying to break the steps, what we are going to be doing, okay, before we start. So I can now create a template of how my dashboard is going to look like. I can copy this and paste it several times. So since we just have 4 objectives, I'm just going to do something like this. Let me remove this one. Okay. So in each of these box, we are going to have what? A chart. Since we have 4 objectives, right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me show you again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 objectives here. That means that our dashboard is going to have 4 objectives. So for the name now, a title for this our dashboard, I'll come over here. I can now say what coin price analysis, coin price analysis. Like I'll say it looks so simple and easy, but if it, like I tell you how important this is to various organizations and business, this is just the most basic point of everything. Okay, coin price analysis, just something as basic as this. So this might look very simple and basic, but it's very, very vital. Okay, like just like everybody has written the exams, the most important part is the result. So it's just you that is trying to. So based on the analysis you're bringing here, right? Based on the analysis of what you're doing, is going to either inform the not even either it's going to surely inform the decision of the company. So now I'll come here. I'm going to copy this chart. I'll come over here. I'll now paste this chart over here. Okay, so I'll now fit it into this box. Then I'll now do some editing. Sorry, I'll now do some editing to remove the backgrounds and the structures and some other things like that to make sure it's well formatted. So this is when your graphic design skills for those people that like graphic design. Most people now are graphic designers. Once you go to Canva, you don't like remove flyer already, right? So, but it's still part of data visualization to make sure what you have is readable. Okay, so we can now remove the background, change the template, several things like that. But I will not go into that because of our time. I'm just trying to give you the basics of what we are going to be doing. Okay, so now if you notice, like if you go on X or the other platforms, if you hear data analysis, you're going to see some beautiful charts that you just breathe like this. It will open and be changing up and down. Don't worry, we are starting from the basics, and this is what we actually have over here. So this is what we did today. We got like a data set, like we pretty like data sets, very complex. It's over 2,000 data sets, and we now took it through the various transformation process. They will now visualize them, and now they are now able to report them in a visual form. So this is just like the summary of the whole data visualization process I was speaking about. Okay, this is the major summary of the whole data visualization process. If I share my slides again for my okay, I think my slides are up now. We had like 4 objectives. We got our 4 objectives by cleaning, transforming, visualizing, and reporting. So now watch. I'm not sure if we have done anything if it does not tally. Data visualization is the process of what translating information into what visuals such as graphs, charts to make it what easier for us to understand. Like remember, like the last time I asked you, which one is better to understand, the first one or the second one? We all say the one with the chart is better to understand. Why? Because that is all data visualization is all about. Okay, so I spoke about a summary of what I spoke about today. We're handling what data visualization and reporting, and we went to see how we can what's like the Web3 space is all about. I spoke about database blockchain, but the goal is to what analyze this blockchain data to get insights. And when I spoke about the Web3, like in the Web2 space, like data are more centralized, but in the Web3 space, data is more what decentralized. Then when I went to see data visualization is the practice of translating informations into visuals. I showed us the data analysis process. And now this is my name, my contact about what I am doing. Okay. So in summary of this, data visualization is just one aspect of data analysis. Okay. So as time goes on, or like in our next class, I will not try to carry us step by step. Okay, just to be able to like to enable us understand and follow. Now, if you notice, I didn't bring any complex software. I didn't bring anything. I worked on for various blockchain like Web3 brands. Most of the work we do is research. After we are done with the research, like come and carry like 8 or 9 apps. I'm trying to show people different things. You will now condense it into a report. Okay, so it's based on this report we now have that the company and the business can now what act on. Okay, so when like now like mapped on this information, we can now have okay, they can now say, okay, let us partner with this blockchain. Okay, let us open another branch in this location. Let us do this not just in the Web3 space, like even the Web3 space. Like right now, there are various businesses I'm consulting with. What am I doing? Just trying to advise them based on the information they have. Some of them don't really have information based on the research I've done in the space. So if you go to platforms like Upwork and various platforms, you just see they're trying to pay somebody $50 for a simple Excel template or Excel. Microsoft Excel is the most underrated tool. It's a tool that is being used worldwide. Once you send it to managers, they don't really need to download a separate software. They can really open it directly. Okay, so you see various job opportunities out there, not just in the Web3 space or in the Web2 space. Everywhere they're out there. Okay, and now much more, especially in the Web3 space. Mostly once we hear Web3, we're saying airdrops, we're saying this farming, we're saying trying to stake this, that we're trying to want to run this node, all this kind of stuff. But in the Web, like as a Web3 data, I remember a brand I worked for. My goal was to be able to find wallets that are making the most of money. Then I will now compile the addresses of those wallets. They will now try to see how each time they place a trade, they will now try to follow them based on what they have done. Because we know that okay, last like now like in class now, this person is always getting first during exams. So who are you going to sit next with? That's it. Okay, so that's the same thing. So like there are different various applications of like data analysis. Okay, but now we just narrowed it down to visualizations, and this is what I have for you today. Okay, so let me know if you have any questions, if you have any feedback. Like, I would like you to actually drop a comment, since if you actually learned something and everything like that. My details, my name is Tanimoni Toby, a data analyst, done lots of things in the web space. My phone number is also there. On X, I am at every move is bold. Okay, so in summary, let me just give a shout out to everybody that came to this call. It's not easy to stay on a Thursday night and be talking to people and everybody listening. So a shout out to Value Corp for what they are doing for this career accelerator program. When I went through your course outline, I knew that it was really, really loaded and packed. Okay, so it's good for you to go through that to go through this program and not really, really come out doing something successful and the rest. So for there are a lot I want to say, but because of time, I'm just condensing it, Some people
Okay.
shout out to
Hold on.
yes, I'm done.
Okay. Hi, Toby.
Hi,
Okay. You done, right?
yes, I'm done.
Okay. Okay. So, Yanolu, are you here? Okay. So, just unmute yourself and speak. Any of the participants, how has the class been for you? Okunade, I can see you're still here. Well done. How has the class been for you, Benjamin? Just 1 minute, 1 second.
Okay, it has been insightful. Yeah, I got to see about the Web3 data visualization, and I'm looking forward to the next class.
Okay. Okay. So just take a screenshot of this class. You can post it on your X, tag us, share what you learned, just a little bit. Yeah, right. I think was it cargo? I think I heard you talk about that when I joined the other time. Okay, you feel the attendance, right? Because I posted it here already.
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right. So let's not take so much time. It's already 10 o'clock. Thank you very much, Mr. Toby. Thank you so much. Thank you. Like from me as an individual, I want to say thank you. You know, for preparing this meal for us. Thank you for showing up and for teaching us the best you know about this data visualization and all of that. And we hope for collaboration next time. Thank you to you that has stayed. Thank you so much, Yanolua, Benjamin, and Dara. I think she left. And for those of you that will listen to this recording, we're rooting for you. Please do your assignment. Mr. Toby, have you given them assignments, please?
So like, I'm gonna rewatch the video and try to work more on what we just spoke about. I think that's a good assignment to do. You just go to cargo.com, download the data set, and I can share the link with you guys. And like, just get the data set, go to Microsoft Excel, and just try. Once you watch the video, you'll be able to replicate what we just spoke about. So that's the assignment: creating a visual yourself. Thank you.
Okay, okay, that works. Thank you so much. So you do as he say, please. His X handle will be shared to the WhatsApp community, so you could actually message him wherever you have problems and all of that. Okay, so thank you everybody for joining, and we hope to see you in the next class. Goodbye and good night. Bye, everybody.